best of 5.
A full-on best of 5. That starts in the draft. And honestly, there's something that I want to ask you as well, Wolf. The fact that RSG PH coming into this tournament, not only do they have a change in the jungler with Demonkind stepping back in, but also the coaching department.
That's right.
In MPLI PH, it's Panda.
Yeah.
Theo's the analyst. Now he is the head coach. He's the man behind these immaculate drafts for RSG PH.
There it is. So
to live.
I think the answer to that is Coach Theo is stepping up. I think it was more of a trial by fire now that he's leading the squad. It's like, this is meant to be so that Coach Theo will have more control of the team. All right? And I was able to speak to this guy. He's prepared. I think that, because I was with him last night, and he was losing a lot of sleep just to prepare for the draft, especially up against, when they were up against AP Bren. But now I'm sure that he is prepared. Echo is a team that will get the Fredrin at this point. Because it is open.
See value in me.
Signature Carl TV pick. I think even, since before M4, it's always been the first pick prio for Echo, and that has been the main reason as to why they've been so dominant, right? So much pressure in the jungle. The Arlet also continues to be a prio pick here at MPLI 2023, even in the grand finals. The change, that slight bit of change, Wolf. It was the ultimate that got nerfed, the base damage, and now slowly but surely, Muton, they're readjusting it back.
He's back.
You're right.
Okay.
Thank you.
When you're looking at RSG PH, Matilda is not open, but we know that they can pick up the Guinevere right now. And typically what they answer with the Fredrin is, again, the 1-1. They can pick it up right now, but knowing RSG Philippines, they might just resolve for something like a Beatrix earlier on. So I'm thinking Guinevere plus Beatrix for RSG Philippines.
Let's see what it is. Marcus, Mars, and the 1-1, not the Beatrix. They want to go for some big playmaking. It's a lot of momentum for RSG, so it kind of already fits their playstyle. By the way, another fun fact for you guys watching back at home. We've got a lot of fans in the building, almost a full house. It's only the right side, a very small part where we don't see people, but for the rest of it, it's full. And I can hear the chants for Echo.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, we saw that at M4, right? I think everyone was expecting with a full PH Grand Finals, especially in a World Championship level in Jakarta, with no Indo teams, you would expect, oh man, you know, it's gonna be a what's the opposite of a full house? An empty house, right? An empty house. But you know, here it is. The Indo fans, they still show up. They still show support. Understanding that at the end of the day, we are all part of one community, and we all share the same love for the game. And with that being said, let's head into the second phase. We see the Angela and the Guinevere taken away by Echo PH. Ixia is the option for RSG PH to take out. And I think we've seen these swaps coming through, the Faramis and the Valentina. So far, it hasn't worked out. But why do you think this is the case here for Echo?
I believe that it's comfort. Sanji, this is what I want to take note about Echo, especially for MPLI. They will just resolve to their comfort picks. I think that they're the more comfortable they are, the better decisions they make in game. It might not matter if the composition of the enemy is stronger or like if it's more meta, you know, more fit in the meta. If they pick up the heroes that they're comfortable with, like the Valentino for Sanji, eventually there could be a Cho for JP and your Minotaurs. Perhaps get the carry even at this point for Echo. You know that they can make better decisions in-game when they have comfortable heroes.
I acknowledge that and I appreciate that sentiment for Echo, but does that not make them predictable?
It does.
Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, they have the smallest hero pool shown so far here at MPLI.
Exactly, and that has been the trait for Echo. Doesn't matter if their hero pool is smaller compared to others, they play it well. They just are going to be guns a-blazing, battering rams, going onto your opponents, and now RSG. Typically, when they see this Claude, they pick up something like a Yu Zhong. But maybe something like a Terizla might be the better choice for RSG Philippines in this case. Because of the presence of this 1-1 so that they have a lot of frontline, then Franco is also a hero that they pick up together with the 1-1 so that they have guaranteed ways of securing the crossbow tank. Instead, it's the Paquito.
I am the power of light
For
and
Nats.
And the
dark.
Kaja, of
For
course.
Nats, he loves it, always. And for Light, a very solid hero to have some lockdown there to provide a bit more of an easy road for the 1-1 to crack those weakness points and win these team fights. But look at the end of this draft for Echo. Against the 1-1, against a whole lot of dash, they pick up a Phobius and flex the Arlet to the roam, to JP.
With all due fairness, it was JP who first did the Arlet roam in MPL Philippines playoffs. Did it again in the group stages, and now in the grand finals, going to be using it. Fits the profile of how Echo wants to play this game. They want to play aggressively, and with this Phobius, knowing that his matchup is going to be the Paquito, it's just impossible to lane in that case. That's why I really like this Phobius last pick coming out from Echo. And it's almost instant the way that they picked it, right? They know that this Phobius will win in that matchup.
And here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the first step to crowning the MPLI 2023 champions. We're brought through these amazing graphics. Thank you, production team, once again. But here it is, the PH Grand Finals. We have Echo on one side, RSG on the other, as we bring you into the land of dawn for the first game in this best of 5 series. Let's get it.
Hey, in the bottom lane, XP Sanford already going to be bullied here by Nats and Light, trying to go for a very early cut to the game. Kaltizi and Demon Kite as well. Fredrin versus Martis. This matchup, who's it favored for?
Ooh, Fredrin versus Mars. I still feel it's going to be Fredrin. Like, there's a lot more ways for him to recover. But when it comes to snowballing, especially with the Kaja that you can secure the kills with, you're going to go with the Martis in the early stages of the game. And one thing I'm really concerned about for RSG PH, and I think I said it in the draft, was the laning stage of the Paquito versus the Phobius, how Phobius-sided it is. But RSG PH, the way that they fixed it is, put Light in there. It's a 2v1, and they clear the waves fast. If you get level 2 at the Paquito, you're at least survivable against a Phobius.
It's that mid-trio strength that they're trying to convert onto, right? They're trying to close in that hole with that, and I understand this. You can already see it starting to work. This mid-trio with Light, Aqua, as well as Demon Kite already just really punishing Carl Teasy in his own jungle, giving, I would say, Demon Kite a little bit of a early start, but Sanji already with that early burn to flicker in the game. Good resource to take out right before this neutral objective.
An exchange of battle spells down below. RSG PH still leading a bit in the gold department, both setting up for the neutral objective that spawns in 12.
Gonna be a lot of team fighting tools coming out from Mako. They have so much dashes, and this is the AP Brent combo with the Final Slash plus the Phobius. You activate your Final Slash as guaranteed ultimate coming out from Sanford. In fact, Echo, they do have a lot of ways to kind of secure that Sanford will be able to get the dash out, get the ultimate out.
Power Spike level 4 for both Nats and Aqua. Demon Kite walking forward. Mortal Coil gonna be able to get popped in, but Sanji is the one who steals it despite 2 Retribution as Brazier's Wrath coming down. Nats gets saved by a Nether Realm, and now is able to dash away. Demonic Force though. Nats gets the shielding. Sanford gets baited in. Light now. Divine Judgment pulling him back. Flicker all the way. Sanford still able to escape right now as that's a Shadow Stampede to bring JP and Sanji again back. It's
That was
1 for all.
that was.
Nobody died.
Well, yeah, but at least Echo was still able to get that neutral objective over. And I think it's funny, right? Because in the drafting phase, I asked you the exact question, why pick up a Valentina now? It doesn't feel like the perfect, I would say, counter setup towards the strong Faramis pick with the IMU. But it turns out it might be for a different reason. Like you mentioned, Sanji on the Valentina, comfortable hero, a power pick for him. And he's able to grab that turtle under the noses of both of the junglers.
Sometimes it happens. Alright now, RSG are putting a lot of emphasis onto the top lane, which is the right thing to do because it's a flood, but in comes Echo.
Final Slash not connecting even with the Flicker. Iman's able to get the Purify out. The Benny Cutie follows in with a Blazing Duet under the turret. Now it's Light who's going to be targeted down. Aqua coming back in. That's a pullback onto Benny. The turret targeting Divine Judgment as well by Light to lock Sanji down, but a good Flicker ensures his safety, gets him out. Now it's DK who's coming down. 1 Decimate, and it could be the end of this Echo win. But it's 1-0 still. They fall back in the right time.
It's gonna be very close for sure, and I think that we're waiting for the important items. For example, Sanford, I think it's always the second item for the full views, especially from the XP lane. You wait for your Clock of Destiny first, and then your first item be the dominant size. I think that will be a very important item for Echo to work with, because it is that item that kind of prevents Faramis to be good in the team fights, and also it kind of nullifies what Demon Knight can do. And Echo are going to be fine just waiting for their right timing, because they're rocking a Claude, and they have so much protection for that Claude. Late game is definitely Echo's cherry.
Nats jumps in, gets a knockout strike 2 times. Demonic Force now used up by Sanford. The Ghost Bursters and the Final Slash begin light back right now. Sanford pops into Demonic Force once again. Kaltizi and Demon Kite. It's going to be Demon Kite who wins the retry battle now, as it's an all-in with a Blazing Duet as well. Another Realm HP getting rid of instantly as light flickers out. Demon Kite now with a Mortal Coil defensively. Crossbow attack is ready. Nats wants to go in. Sanji is down with an all-in. It's another crossbow attack for the team fight. Onto JP now and out to Kaltizi, who's forced to run away, but with the weakness finder, it slows you down for Rahman to get a double.
And that's a 4-0 trade in favor of RSG PH. That was an interesting turn of events, because face value in that neutral objective contest, Carl Teasy was a level below of Demon Kite, so they didn't really actually need to go for that engage. They lost the neutral objective, and they gave the momentum back to RSG PH. What do you think about that?
There were so many micro outplays. That's what I saw from that game. For example, Eman was able to stand his ground and get into the zone where Sanford will be receiving 3 stacks of the weakness points. Then additionally, you saw how Nats timed it perfectly, catching 3 members of Echo with a knockout strike. It almost looks like a Minoan Fury from his perspective. And not only that, Aqua, his timing on the Nether Realm is actually pretty good. I think it is one thing that I commended in the previous series, or actually it was yesterday, when he uses the Nether Realm to tank the damage and not save his teammate first. So what he did was, when the Blazing Duet was out, instantly go for the Nether Realm. Don't wait for your teammates' HP to be low.
Wait a minute, Nats. Very aggressive maneuvers here. Whoa, an even more aggressive maneuver by Betty Cutie with a Blazing Duet, as that's the Final Slash to displace Nats. But there's another Realm by Aqua in that bush just waiting.
That's 2.2k gold lead for RSG PH. With that kill over to Amon, I still do see a very distinct gold difference between these gold laners.
Mainly because Amon is 2-1 and 2. And Echo, they're just poking at this point. They will try to still contest this one. Level 8 Carl Teasy, level 11 Demon Kite.
Carl Teasy having a good game right now, but Divine Judgment locks JP down. That's a crossbow attack as well by Imam, but it's going to be tanked up by another Realm. Demon Kite wins out the retry battle. Now it's Nats in the back line. JP going to be taken low, but the taunt there saves him for a bit. Aqua follows it up and finds another. Sanford in the back gets another. It's a 1-for-1 trade in the team fight so far. Carl Teasy gets a massive appraiser strap, but Demon Kite's back in with a Mortal Coil, chasing Benny down. Sanford rotating over. That's Demon Kite way too overextended and punished by Echo.
2-for-1 trade, but Echo still, no, RSG PH still pick up that neutral objective. Are these trades ultimately good for Echo? I mean, they've been forcing all these team fights. They have been getting a little bit of kills, but at the end of the day, it's still RSG PH with the gold lead.
Absolutely not good for Echo. It's mainly because Cartes is losing on gold, and surely you did take out Demon Kite, but having, 2 levels up on your jungler, it's really unforgivable for Echo. They really need Benny Cutie to do the heavy lifting now. And speaking of heavy lifting, we're talking about Nats being the Hulk for RSG PH. And I think he's activated. He's smashing right now.
Knockout strike. Oh, Betty's running away. The Final Slash doesn't connect onto Nats. Forces a whole lot of resources from inside of Echo. And JP's going to be the one caught Demon Kite. You dash to him and he decimates you.
RSG Philippines are on a different level right now. And I think that the fact that they played in the earlier series with a massive win against AB Brent, their morale is much better compared to Echo because of the momentum. And I think that you can see it through the way that they are handling their heroes, their characters. It kind of seems fluid for RSG PH. What I'm trying to say here is RSG PH looked like a team like well warmed up, well oiled up. I think that they have better decision making compared to Echo.
So why do you think that is? I mean, this is not something that I recognize from Echo. They understand that they're in a tough position. They keep forcing the same thing. looking for a different output, but the return is exactly the same. They're still losing trades.
Yeah.
Why do they keep forcing it?
I guess because it's they feel comfortable with their signature heroes. They feel very comfortable with their draft. Honestly, I also don't agree with their decision making, but here we are. They're gonna contest once again.
Let's see if Echo can look for a big fight. It's Divine Judgment time. Light gets it. Netherrealm instantly by Sanji. A big resource for another. 1-for-1 in the resource battle. Sanford though. Demonic Force now into the mid lane. Nats and Iman need to be very safe. The Demonic Force continues over to Iman, and now there's another round from Aqua forced out. Crossbow Tang now used up already. That's a flicker defensively by Sanji as they look for the Lord. Demon Kite versus Carl Teasy. Sanford low and a Decimate. 2 Decimates from Demon Kite. The Mortal Coil as well. It's not just 2 Demon Kites. It's 3. It's 4. It's a Maniac for DK.
But Carl Teasy, against all odds, was still able to pick up that Lord? What?
It's all about wasting the resources of Echo. With the Demonic Force activated on 2 members of RSG Philippines, Aqua once again with the timing on the Netherrealm saves his teammates and puts Sanford as well as JP in a very bad spot. You can see that when they tried to go back to their team to kind of respond with their teammates, what happened was they were nailed down by Demon Kite. And obviously the damage output was enough. Finding how easy, and again, Echo didn't have any chance to win that team fight, especially because they're down so much gold and EXP, and they suffered the results. They lose 4, they lose the Lord.
And it was so unfortunate that Sanji had to waste that Netherrealm right before they even went for an engage. And I think that would have been a very valuable resource if they want to play that long-term team fight, especially against Aqua.
Yeah. Demon Kite 5-1 and 5. And fortunately for Echo, they did steal that Lord. That's why they will have a little bit of farm, a little bit of a way to farm up. Benecute already up with a Corrosion Scythe. Nevertheless, the defense will be there for RSG PH in all lanes.
Now for Echo, they're going to really have to dig deep to find a way back into this game. 3 base turrets is all that is left of Echo's base. RSG PH, we know what happens when they get the snowball rolling. It's no longer a snowball, it's a death ball. And they're utilizing it here in game number 1. Like you said, Wolf, with the momentum of the last series victory as well.
Yeah, you can feel it. You can feel how they move. It's very fluid. Even Nats is not making any kind of mistake. He is on point. And even Demon Kite with, what, this is probably the 3rd game of the day for the Martis. As he's playing that Martis, it kind of feels like he's improving his movements every single game.
What about the items here? 11 minutes in. I mean, can Benecute still come back and hold the team on his shoulders?
Yeah.
What about his items? He's 3 items in.
Yeah, the fact that he is just 400 gold behind Eman, that's actually pretty good for Echo. And also another important item is the Winter Truncheon available for Sanford. I can imagine that more members of Echo will eventually get that item to counter this 1-1. But most specifically for Sanford, that is very important. The item timing will be great for the team.
Hopes that they can win that team fight that way. Now though, RSG PH, it feels like they're playing their usual strategy, does it not? Aqua on the Faramis, you have Nats just continuously controlling these side lanes back and forth, and even now he's starting to manipulate to set up for the neutral objective take. This is typical RSG PH.
That's right.
They got the comfort picks.
Comfort picks and comfort plays now too.
All right, JP walking forward. Divine Judgment instantly lock him down, and that's him taken out. Not even a crossbow, a tang by Imani holds it in. Sanji stole another realm, but now it's also used up. Kaltizi is inside of that Lord Pit right now. Iman going forward, baiting out a few of these demonic forces from Sanford as Kaltizi goes at it with Demon Kite right now. It's a 1v1 retreat battle, and it's the GOAT. Kaltizi who finds the Lord, but Iman gets a solo kill. Now it's an all-in to the bottom side. The knockout strike to bring Sanji all the way to the Decimate. That's him taken down. Now it's Carl against the world. And the world wins. The Decimate takes him out to give Demon Kite 2.
What is that retribution by Carl Teasy? I mean, 2 times he was able to win it against Demon Kite. But now, Nat's going to be able to punch Benecute back into his base. But that was actually a really good 1v1 between Aman and Sanford earlier on that Aman eventually won. And this is it, RSG PH. This is their very own rumbling.
Final slash, only onto light. And it's only Penny who can clear these waves. Single target damage, man, you're not going to be able to clear all of it. And it's a base turret, despite Echo being the ones to secure the neutral objective.
You gotta have to hand it to the GOAT, the young GOAT, able to steal that Lord even when he was actually a level behind.
Exactly.
And I see that he is actually juggling between the taunt as well as the knockup coming out from the Fredrin. But even more so, he was really much on point with the retribution. And that's something that you can give to Carl TZ for sure. Still not level 15. But RSG Philippines, that snag coming out from Light onto JP. They even forced the Nether Realm, they want more.
Good reaction by Benny Cutie right there. Now the whole team's made it out. The final slash from JP. That's a big one with a flicker comboed in. Now it's another round. The demonic force falling through all the way to the back line. Iman giving him a lot of resources to just continue to pop this demonic force. Echo on the chase. Iman finally getting out of that range, getting into the base turret. But now it's Echo who are fighting, who are winning the fight despite a 4,000 gold deficit. Demon Kite, Mortal Coil, giving them enough space to clear the minions out. It's Aqua with the Ghost Bursters. Echo, do they have a chance to completely win this? Let's see, the conceal. Used up by JP, all just to back away for now.
What in the world happened there? Light gets taken out and instantly Echo's able to hold back the ball?
Echo just super on point when it comes to identifying some weaknesses from their opponents, even when they're behind. They found an opening onto the front lines, and the RSG PH utilized their Nether Realm just to save Light. Then eventually they took over. As long as they are zoning out Emma, they're going to be A-okay. And the fact that Sanford has now reached critical mass, I think that he has his 4th item already, it makes it so that he is the nuisance. Obviously, he deals the damage, and he's very tanky, but more so, it's a disruptor for RSG PH. It's like he destroys the formation of RSG Philippines. So, in the coming team fights in the late game, Sanford's role will be so important for the team.
But being able to zone out Iman is one thing, right?
Yeah.
Core damage dealer for RSG PH, but if we take a look at the damage dealt, it's actually Aqua at #1 in the leaderboard.
That's very true. That's why Carl TZ went in for the Athena Shield, and I reckon Benny Cutie will have to consider it also. They can see that he can easily be bursted down because of that. So yeah, you really have to take care of Eman, but you also have to take care of Aqua.
And now I'm worried, right? Demon Kite and Carl TZ, they're both at level 15. At this point, with a 5k gold difference, it feels like it doesn't matter. It feels like a 50-50.
Yes, it's all about the Nether Realms now, actually, from both Sanji as well as Aqua. It's all about who is better at zoning out. That's already put low.
Lord Dan still reset it here. Both teams do not want to go for the full commitment, especially RSG, who've been in the lead and are still in the lead for now. It's Light, Divine Judgment locking Carl TZ down him on with a rotation. The final slash with the Appraiser's Blast was dodged away from because of the final slash. Now it's a demonic force onto the demon himself, Demon Kite, and onto Light and Iman. Demon Kite getting out the Vengeance, not able to get fully resetted there. But look at the crossbow tank. Sanford might just be outplayed here. That's what Blazing do it from Benny Cutie onto the back, and he finds the big play to shut Iman down. Now it's like concealed in, flickering forward, Benny with the immortality. And now it's Sanji, super low, taken out, knocked out by Nats. In game #1, it's still a 2-for-2 in the 17th minute. Aqua trying to find a good angle to look for another, but it's equal. Wow.
The legend himself, man. Benny, what?
Oh my
That
goodness.
was beautiful. The outplays coming through, coming in with the last second. That decision of making championship blood running through his veins. That critical last moment really won him an equilibrium with RSG PH here in the 17th minute.
To take really through. Sanford went in for the play, went for demonic force onto Eman. He knows that Eman eventually will get the stacks and will get the ultimate. And when he activated the Winter Truncheon, he made it so that he is very low, that he would actually wait for that suppression to be out. And then when he is about to get back out of the frozen state, that was when Benny Cutie went in with the BMI. That was really smartly played by Echo.
And now it's back to this, back to square one, back to this Lord dance. Ladies and gentlemen, almost 19 minutes in, we're back to this Lord Tango coming through. And again, right, Nats still trying to be that detrimental force in that bottom side, pushing in that far lane. And what does that do for his team? It actually is able to bring Stanford out of the team in hopes that Aman will be a little bit more free if it comes to a team fight.
Light and Eman holding the long bush for Galtizi.
Ooh, all the weakness point popped in. Look at that, half HP instantly. That's Carltesi, the main frontliner of Echo.
Yeah, you gotta have to watch out for the Benny Cutie plays, by the way, at this stage for Echo.
Light, conceal, JP with a good cancel. The final splash displacing Light right now. That's gonna be the taunt as well. Chain CC onto Light. No Divine Judgment used up just yet, but now JP is still in the midst. Eman gets all the weakness points right now, but it's not gonna be able to pop it in just yet. As Sanford jumps in and zones him away. The Demonic Force follows through all the way. Eman brought back under the tier 2. Aqua comes in with the save of the Nether Realm. Now it's Sanford again in the midst of it all with another realm as well, but it's out of Sanji and a winner Truncheon as well. But Sanford should fall here with another HP damage coming in, but the Divine Judgment from Light catches a Betty Cutie with a blazing duet. Sanji locked down and now taken out by Eman. RSG PH, they win a fight purely through micro.
Oh my goodness! Eman, I've seen that before. It was a Marquis-esque play. Back in season, what, 10? They countered the Phobius. And RSG, oh my god, they're gonna end it. They went for the juggler.
And a Divine Judgment to end it all. The final slash will truly be the final one of the game, as Echo will fall in game number 1.
Wow.
Amazing.
I'm still at a loss for words with that play by RSG. What?
The team fight before that, it was Echo outwitting